Okay, so in this set of examples, I really want to focus on this notion of being able to pick in a way that's both free and focused. Those two ways of moving are kind of in opposition to each other, and I think that's one of the reasons why people have so much trouble learning to alternate pick. So how do we move in a way that's both free and focused? We split them up, and we practice each one of them individually, and we let our bodies bring those two things together for us. So let's look at free motion first. And for free motion, what I want to do is, instead of having these tiny little over-controlled movements where I'm all tense and I'm really not moving in a way that's going to help me get anywhere, I want to attack the string from a decent distance away. I want to get used to that feeling. So I'll mute the strings and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to come from a distance here and just play the G string over and over again. Now the D string. My arm has weight. My hand has weight. I am moving at almost every joint, except maybe my shoulder. I'm moving at my elbow. I'm moving at my wrist. My fingers are even moving a little bit. And I've got nice, free-flowing motion as I practice my downstrokes, and then I turn around and practice my upstrokes. Once again, coming from a nice distance away. Now on the B string, G string. So that would be an example of the basics of practicing free motion. And you can do this as well as you start adding your left hand back in and focusing on scales or licks or whatever it is you're doing. Obviously, once again, the point is to feel free and to start to trust this hand and to feel that I know tactily that when I attack the G string, I know where it is. I know that I'm going to be able to strike it. Because if you're always picking scared or over-controlled, you're never going to get to that point. Think about someone who's really good at sports, a baseball player swinging a bat, or a basketball player shooting a jump shot, or a soccer player kicking a ball. The movement is not over-controlled. The movement is initiated, and it's free, and it's trusted. And that's why those people get so good at making those motions. We have to do that same thing with our hands on the guitar. So that's free motion. So on the other hand, for focused motion, instead of coming at the strings from a good distance away, we're going to use this concept that I've already spoken about in other videos called the preparation. Now, classical guitarists already use this with their right hands, but they're plucking the strings. So they always have their next finger on whatever string that finger is going to play. So they're never floating above the strings. We're going to do that same thing with the pick. So I'm going to, instead of attacking from a good distance away, I'm going to put my pick on the string. And I'm going to turn this into two motions. Place, pick, place, pick. So that the first click is me placing my pick, and the next one is me plucking the string. Now, I'm moving less, but it's not because I'm over-controlling. I'm still not tense. I'm moving less just because I'm focusing my motions, and I'm only exerting myself as much as I need to get from one side of the string to the other. I can also do this with upstrokes. B string, E string. Now once again, as you start to put your fretting hand back into this, you can still work on your picking hand in this way. You're just going to need to go nice and slow because you want to maintain that feeling of control and free motion both at the same time as you start to do both of these things, the free motion and the focused motion. you'll start to build up this sense of control, but at the same time feeling freer. It's really strange, but I promise you it's true. So obviously we're going to practice down, up, down, up, down, up. That's what alternate picking is all about. But there are a couple of other ways that you can approach this that will really help your alternate picking. The first is all downstrokes or all upstrokes. So alternate picking is just a combination of those two things. So if you get really good at each one of them, you will automatically get good at alternating between the two of them. So for example, if I want to just practice this little 1, 3, 4 pattern on a single string, and I'll try it all downstrokes first, and I'll go for free motion with my picking hand. Or all upstrokes, free motion. Or focused motion, all downstrokes. You can hear and see the difference. I'm moving a little bit less because I'm not focused on moving really, really freely. I'm focused on getting back to the string as quickly as I can and solidifying what it feels like to be on the string. You can also hear it because it's a staccato effect as opposed to a legato effect where I'm swinging my hand. So if I'm going to do the same thing, focused motion, staccato effect, all upstrokes. So there's one thing that you can do. The other thing that you can do is you can do 2 downstrokes and 2 upstrokes, or 3 downstrokes and 3 upstrokes. It's a great way to prevent yourself from cheating on downstrokes or upstrokes, because a lot of cases when we're learning to alternate pick, we try and go too fast, too quickly, and we end up not making the complete motions, and it impedes our progress. But if we force ourselves to do more than one of each motion, then we're forcing our bodies to make that motion correct. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to complete the exercise. So same thing with the left hand, but this time I'm going to go 2 down, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up. Free motion. I can do the same thing with the focused motion or using the preparation. Then, obviously, I can also practice strict alternate picking. So, or focus. And as I continue to do this, working both of these techniques into working on songs or licks or whatever it is that you want to work on, your alternate picking will improve across the board. I promise you.